Welcome to Deep Speak, where we ask the questions to the answers of the universe. We're talking about this in general topic, ideal, right? Like we're looking at this from an open-minded perspective. The one thing that I was asking Josh was like, okay, so like you don't need to have Jesus to have died in order for you to have a strong reverence for him. And I thought, like, wait a minute. Well, like, do you know what kind of feeling that gives to someone when someone sacrifices their life for somebody else? If it doesn't matter, if it doesn't change your heart at all, that somebody would have to physically die. Think about if I was out somewhere and someone was about to shoot me and some man stepped in front of the bullet and took the bullet for me. And then he died for me. I would have died and he died instead. Wouldn't that change? Like, wouldn't you feel so much gratitude for that man?
Yes. But my argument on that is, I would feel the gratitude whether he lived or died. I feel like
you feel the same way about the guy if he didn't die.
Yes.
Like if he took the bullet, but he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Because it's still an act of heroism and selflessness.
You don't think there would be any difference in your level of gratitude for the man?
No. I think that's one of those stigmatized things where death amplifies human reaction or human emotion.
Oh, that's interesting.
If somebody dies, it seems to somehow solidify their, like a bookmark and like their heroism, only by death. And I completely dismiss that notion at all.
Why do you think that is? Like, first of all, why do you think people do that? And then why do you not?
That's a really good question. I feel like that's what we're supposed to learn in a lot of different ways in life, is that I don't agree with needing dramatic examples to appreciate anything in life. So I don't feel like I need death all around me to constantly be reinforcing the way I live. Like, people die all of a sudden. Oh, I never got to spend time with so-and-so, or I never got to tell them what I think of them or how they influence me. Like, there's all these examples all the time. People are always living half-ass until someone dies or gets sick, and then all of a sudden it's a dramatic example, right? That shifts you. Mm-hmm. And we all do that. I mean, that definitely happened with cancer too, for sure. But generally, I don't feel like me or you are people that need dramatic examples to be shaken in our lives. Like, we generally live in a receptive mode most of the time.
Oh, okay.
So
that's a really interesting way to think about that.
So I feel like for the most part, I live my life as if I was going to die at any moment too.
And you treat other people
and I treat other people that way too. I try to respect them as much as possible, because it shouldn't add value to them or the idea of them just because they would die suddenly.
Which would mean you no longer have access to them. Because
Right.
there's people like who didn't talk to me forever, and then all of a sudden I was relevant in their life when I was about to die,
Right.
and that was interesting too. It was like, why am I all of a sudden relevant? Was it like the removal of the possibility of ever being able to talk to me again? Like, do we just walk around as beings with this idea that even though I haven't talked to Aunt Lucy Lou in 10 years, like if she died, then I'm gonna, at least I have the idea that if I wanted to, I could get in touch with her. But if she dies, then it removes me ever having the ability or the opportunity to be able to talk to her again. So it's like this removal of the option to talk to someone that makes it, that's a really interesting perspective. That makes it more valuable? Like, oh, don't take away my opportunity to reach this person.
It doesn't make
But you
any
don't
sense.
reach out to this person anyway.
Right. It actually sounds really selfish, doesn't it?
It really does sound kind of selfish, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I want you around enough for an option for me to be able to call you if I need you.
As an option.
As an
yeah.
option. But kind of sucks if you're not going to be an option anymore. But so while you're here, I'm not going to talk to you.
Right.
It makes
so
no
weird.
sense.
No, it doesn't.
So that's exactly the same way that I feel in general with anything. Death shouldn't be an ultimate
Level of
thing,
appreciation.
a level of appreciation. It doesn't make sense.
You've just heard a deep bite from our Deep Speak podcast. To hear the full episode, head on over to deepspeakpodcast.com. While you're there, come hang out with us and join the Deep Speak community at the Deep Speak Club, our members-only area, where you can find exclusive members-only content, courses, chats, merchandise, and more. Come get deep with us at deepspeakpodcast.com. See you all there.